A 3-year-old boy in Syria pointed to a village he had never been to. He claimed he had been murdered there with a red birthmark on his head to prove it. Villagers followed him in disbelief. The boy led them straight to a grave, and the remains matched his story. Another child in India remembered dying in a car crash. She described the accident in vivid detail down to the color of the vehicle. When investigators checked, they found police reports matching her description. The license plate, she recalled, was nearly exact. James Leininger, a boy from Louisiana, remembered being a WIAS-2 pilot. He knew the aircraft model, the name of a carrier ship, and even names of fellow soldiers. His parents were skeptics until James recalled a crash site that was later confirmed by military records. They were speechless. Some children speak foreign languages they've never learned. One Thai boy spoke fluent Burmese at age 2. His family had never left Thailand. A Burmese visitor later confirmed the boy's dialect was rare and from a remote village. But how would a toddler know that? Children often mention family members from before. Some insist their current parents aren't their real ones. One girl remembered a sister who had drowned. Her parents were stunned. They had lost a child years before, never spoken of it. A Japanese boy kept saying he used to work with swords. At age 5, he could describe blacksmithing methods no one had taught him. He led researchers to a village known for sword making in the 1600s. Locals confirmed tools and terms the boy used were accurate. Some memories aren't pleasant. A Burmese girl refused to wear red, claiming it reminded her of being shot. She had nightmares of hiding in a jungle and being chased. When researchers mapped it, the landscape resembled a real conflict zone. In the US, a toddler said he died in a tall building. He described fire, smoke, and falling, and was born just after 9/11. He drew burning skyscrapers without ever seeing images of them. His mother was terrified. Another boy claimed he was once a monk who never left the temple. He refused to eat meat and meditated instinctively. When taken to a monastery he'd never seen, he navigated it like home. Monks were speechless. Sometimes the children carry phobias that make no sense. One girl panicked near water later, saying she drowned when the ship broke. She described cold water, darkness, and screaming voices. The details echoed Titanic survivor accounts. A 6-year-old Indian boy insisted he used to have a shop in another village. He gave the old shop's name, location, and the owner had died years before. When brought there, he recognized landmarks and called out names no one told him. The widow of the former shopkeeper fainted. A little girl in Brazil claimed she died in childbirth. She avoided babies and would cry near pregnant women. Her nightmares described specific medical tools and pain in her stomach. She was only 4. In Lebanon, a boy recalled being murdered with an axe. He led adults to a remote hillside and a buried skeleton was found. He named his killer, who was still alive and later confessed. Authorities were stunned. Some children speak languages they've never heard. A toddler in Turkey spoke fluent Greek for no known reason. Tests confirmed he had no exposure to Greek media, family, or history. His pronunciation was archaic. A boy in America said he flew planes in the war. He recalled cockpit layouts and aircraft names from World War II. He identified his old name and squadron. Military records confirmed every detail. One girl recalled being a nun who died in a convent fire. She cried at the sight of flames and knew prayers she'd never been taught. She named the church. The year and fire records proved it existed. Even her handwriting matched. Another boy claimed he lived in Japan and was pushed off a train. He feared rail crossings and never rode trains. He described the station layout in detail from 1940s Tokyo. He'd never left his town. Some kids talk about choosing their parents. A 3-year-old girl said she watched her mom cry before she was even born. She described the room, the dress her mother wore, and the song playing. It matched exactly. A child in the U.S. knew precise battle tactics from the Civil War. He named generals, units, and how he died at Gettysburg. His memories stopped after I bled out behind a tree. He showed the exact spot in Pennsylvania. Some cases fade as children grow, but a few say, "I just stopped talking, I still remember everything." Are these just vivid imaginations or fragments of old souls returning? Even skeptics admit some stories feel too real to ignore. A boy said he drowned in a war. He refused baths and panicked near water, even in sinks. His dreams were filled with gas masks and alarms. He named his ship. It sank in 1943. Another child said she lived on a red mountain with goats. She named her old father, who lived in rural Tibet. She spoke fluent Tibetan for years, then suddenly stopped. When asked why, she whispered, "She's gone now." One boy refused to be called by his name. He insisted, "My name is David, I was shot." He drew a city skyline he'd never seen, perfectly matching 1960s Chicago, with X on the rooftop where he died. Many children describe a strange waiting place before birth, a place of clouds, silence, and choices. Some say they picked their families, others say they were sent. Doctors say it's fantasy, but what if we're just remembering what the soul can't forget? So, what do these children truly remember? A dream, a story, or a life they once lived, long before this one?